Okay, now I left it last time with Larry ending up in Finland. Thought what I would do is allay some fears of total insanity and do a little background. I am from Alabama. Was born in Alabama and raised there most of my life. I know one language, and that's English. But I was lucky enough to have met a woman, Belinda, who was born in Brooklyn, New York, to parents who immigrated to New York from Finland. Belinda is fluent in Finnish and English and can even sometimes understand Southern. So, the point being, if you're going to immigrate to Finland, it's probably a good idea to either learn the language or marry a woman who knows it. The airport experience was enlightening, I guess. Once we'd arrived, we passed through passport control, no problem. Customs was closed. There was one door that said to declare and another door that said nothing to declare, and declare was closed, so we walked on through. As we approached the checkpoint, which was a little odd to me that they check you going out of the airport, it was manned by young men wearing military uniforms. They saw two old people dragging their luggage and a dog, bypassed us straight into the checkpoint. Young men were very courteous, spoke English. At one point, I had the boots on that had metal tabs on the top, so I was going to have to take my boots off. The young man apologized that I had to take my boots off and offered me sock covers so my feet didn't get dirty. Now this is, keeping in mind that just about 8 hours before we had passed through the TSA checkpoint at JFK. To say the least, the experiences were not similar. Once we got into the airport, main part of the airport, Belinda called some friends who lived nearby, and we were lucky enough they invited us to their home. We spent the day. We had some pea soup because we could not get a flight from Helsinki to Pori, which is just above where we live now. We spent the day with friends, walked the dog in the park for the first time in Finland, and had an enjoyable time, even though in being just a bit tired from traveling from Tennessee to New York to Finland, and then for me the first time out in the world in Finland. When the time came, we ready to board our flight to Pori, and was a very small twin prop commuter plane, excuse me there. I wasn't too sure about it, and the dog didn't care much about getting on it at all. But on we went, took our places, and against what seemed to be a pretty strong wind, headwind, crosswind, our little plane struggled into the air. And when I say struggle, I mean struggle. Very shortly thereafter, we landed in Pori Airport. We were met by Belinda's cousin, her son, and her husband, who were kind enough to give us a ride to our Airbnb, which was in the town just south of Pori called Nokkila. We had a very nice one room in the Airbnb, wonderful people. who had actually immigrated to Finland from Germany. They spoke German, they spoke Finnish, and they spoke English. Coffee. It was a nice time, but here we are in Finland at the Airbnb with no way to get anywhere. So Belinda tasked one of her grandsons, step-grandsons, with finding us a vehicle. The same night as asked, he came with said vehicle. Now, we're not accustomed to luxury vehicles, but sometimes it's nice to have an automatic. What we received was a Fiat Punto. If some of you are old as I am, you can remember an American car company coming out with a vehicle with a similar name. Think about that. The Punto was big enough for 2 old people in the front and a dog in the back. The Punto was a standard shift, and the Punto also only had available 3 of the 4 gears it was born with. First, second, and fourth. Let the fun begin. Finland has a lot of traffic circles. Navigating traffic circles in a car with 3 or 4 gears is an experience of its own. What did we do then? It was January, so it was a bit of a shock the first time I woke up after our flight. Realized I had slept until 9:30 in the morning, and then also realized it was still dark outside. Finland has very long and very bright summers, long as in days. Finland also has very long, as in months, and dark, as in days, winters. We'll end it there for now.